What's good, everybody? Welcome back to yet another video. So just a quick information that you didn't want to know, just for in case. My AirPods work again. Oh well, the one was working and the other one was not working. I can't remember which one, right? The one with the crack, I'm not sure which ear it is, but I think it's the right one, works, and I'm so excited. So the reason why I need to use AirPods is because you can see what time it is and everyone is awake watching TV. It's a Sunday evening, and so yeah, just trying to block out noise so that when I edit I can cancel background noise. So when it's like an open dundun, I can't, and my other ones are flat and I forgot to charge them. So good for me because I've got options. Do you have options? Just kidding, guys. So anyway, as you can tell by the title of the video, today I'm going to be talking about the reasons or for me quitting or leaving my first job. As you can tell from the previous video that I've posted, telling you a story of what happened when I had quit my job. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, from that video already, it tells you a lot of things about the type of environment that I was, in. But anyway, let's get straight into the video. So these are the reasons why I quit my first job. So reason number one was growth, right? I felt like my growth was very much limited in terms of like technical or tech stack and all sorts of things. It was a bit like limited, and yeah, it wasn't really what I wanted to do. But Mos, I'll just later on do like a video of what I would do again if I were to restart my tech career. So I'll just share all of those things. But yeah, I think I didn't do like enough research in terms of like the type of tech stacks that gets used in the company and stuff. So yeah, so for me, in terms of like you know we didn't get I well, let me speak for myself. I didn't get to use you know everything that I would have wanted to use as a .NET developer that I am. So yeah, also me being a .NET developer, I felt like my career was, had I stayed, then I wouldn't be where I am, in terms of being a .NET developer. So I had to, realize and recognize what it is that I really want to do and focus on. And, hence I was like, okay, this is not working for me. It's, this is not it. So yeah, growth in terms of like also technical knowledge and all of that. So that was one of the reasons. So reason number two, financial reasons. Sure. I think I have mentioned, or rather maybe complained, uh, like salary reasons, that is. So the salaries were not market related. So till this day, I'm still trying to play catch up because I'm so much behind. Um, Sometimes it's even like, okay, you're asking for a lot now, like fine, there's market related, then there's me, so I'm still trying to play catch up. So hopefully I will catch up at some point, hopefully I'll catch up at some point. So yeah, the salary was really low. Really low. Like when I say really low, it was giving stipend vibes. It's giving stipend vibes. Also considering the amount of work that we were doing, oh my word, it's disgusting. Even now, if you want to negotiate a salary, because also guys, if you have a low like salary and changing jobs, like you can only get so much raise. Do you understand? Given the fact that also like maybe even the other people don't know what type of a person that you are, and if we're going to give you a raise of a 20K, there's people who do get those raises from going to like another job. But it's a risk because you don't know why that person earned that much. For a company, you might think, oh Kanye, she's earning so little because she doesn't work. Oh Kanye, but it's a risk that you're willing to take. Also, you're not gonna just add a 20K on top of their current that they're getting, because you don't know this person that much. Do you understand what I'm saying? Or you're thinking maybe they don't work, maybe they don't have much experience, or they don't know what they're doing. So there's so many things. I don't think too often, I don't think companies, when they hire people, they go, oh, she was maybe underpaid, you know? I don't know, guys. I don't know if they do think about it. So I'll find out. I'll just, do some research and find out if do they ever like consider the fact that the person was underpaid, hence they were getting paid so little money. But yeah, the pits. So in it, number 3, career growth, right? Um for as much as too often, right, your career growth is in your hands, right? It's your responsibility. But at the same time, we judge people when they leave or move companies, because you say you're doing it for career growth, but you can only do so much. Do you understand what I'm saying? So for me, I felt like my career growth like was not like quite a priority. I'm not saying it should be a priority, but I'm thinking if I'm also helping the business, that is the company, grow, I also need to be prioritized in terms of like things that I would like to, it's more like your career growth is needs to be in line with what we want for you, more than what I want for myself. Because I mean, there's nothing worse than rather losing a loyal, hardworking employee to some other company just because when you are selfish. I don't know, like, there's so many questions. It's like, is it because I wasn't trusted enough to be able to do the job, or they just wanted to have me stuck wherever I was so that I don't grow, so that whoever they wanted to grow would grow, or because if I grow then I'm going to leave. I don't know what the situation was, but I found myself in a space where I felt very stuck. There was another position. I think the one of the times that I really, tried to steer my whatever, and even it was still earlier on when I had started it was probably a year later, and I wanted to move to like an apps team. Then I was told no, people are needed in your department, so you can't move, right? But certain people could move. So see, that's where my problem was, like, how ganti ihamba ngani, like, is the problem with me? Like, if you feel like I'm lacking or whatever, you sit me down and, sort of like career coaching, like, okay, Naledi. But it was more like, we have favorites, uh, basically. And in terms of that as well, guys, okay, so I would. That's how I felt pretty much, because that's what was happening. And then the other time, they gave me a valid reason. So I guess it was not a move where I would have initially wanted, but I think there was something that had happened, and then I requested that could I move because of whatever situation that had happened at the time, and I was told no, you can't move because of that situation. So rather we fix the situation and you stay with where you are. Sorry. Okay, so in at number 4, calling out on people's mistakes. And to even top it off, it was certain people, so certain people, whenever they made mistakes, no one spoke about it. It was swept under the rug. And there's us, one lady, and the others, right? So when I started out, I'm glad that I got to like work on things and really like explore like as a newbie and whatnot. But if I had made a mistake, child, everybody's gonna know about it, that Naledi messed up. That for me was just like, okay, but why do we have to make noise about it? I mean, maybe the necessary people that need to know can know, but not it being like a deal that, oh, Naledi, like she messed up. I remember the one time my first time working at a client's offices. So when they introduced me, like, oh, the lady, oh, the one who messed up. Like, how do you, if you're a team, how do you call out someone as a person who messed up? Because I'm guessing this is like teamwork. Why is it like a, also like I was still new and first job vibes, so I didn't care much, even though people laughed it off, but I don't think it was funny. I don't think it was necessary, you know, because how guys, everybody messes up. Okay, well, I don't mess up now, but like earlier on, even, you know, I know people who've done worse things, but you wouldn't know about it because they don't talk about them. But when it's certain people or some people, then it's like, oh yeah, we can, but when it's certain people, we gotta protect the image that they're perfect and whatnot. So it was just one of those things that for me, it was just like, this is nonsense. You know, even though you laugh because you want a job, like it's not like you're gonna be like, it's not funny. You want a job. Why are you gonna be defensive about it? You know? So yeah, that's what happened. And also it was that thing where it felt more of a, how like a, I don't know how to explain it. It felt more of certain people were, I don't know, man. I don't know how to explain it, because even me myself, I don't understand, right? If you're in a team and something goes wrong, fine, I was the developer. I take my fault that, oh yeah, that. But I'm new. I'm literally an intern, right? There's like other people that are involved. Obviously, they wouldn't let you write code. There's a person who's responsible for testing your code. There's a person who's responsible for reviewing your code. They were all happy until things went to like production. And instead of going to the client and be like, we're accepting the fault as a team, but it was more of, oh no, she did it. She did it. Like it felt like you were being thrown under the bus, and like, oh no, she did it. She wrote the code. She's the one who wrote the baggy code. um and this other guy at some point was like, so there was this other person who was doing like auditing and stuff, and then the person found, some of the data faults that were in there, and the other person was like, oh, I wish if you knew how to code, we would, pay you to fix all these problems. And I'm like, these are like team problems, right? But it was a moment where people were being pinpointed as, oh, you did that, you did that. I'm like, what type of like team, what is that? Like as an intern, you would feel some type of way, right? And I'm glad I didn't let that, define, the type of developer that I am. Because I'd like to think I'm a quite confident person, and I'm glad it didn't consume me or whatever. Okay, so in at number 5. Okay, so unequal opportunities, I felt. So I remember, so I use words like allegedly. So when I had come out of like a training of some sort, and we were moved to another team, which I would have really like enjoyed being in that team, because they did like really cool stuff. They like, even the tech stack that they used, I was very much, excited about, and all of that. And then we were later, I think a month later, we moved, and then I filled up someone else's space in the team that I was in, and the person went to the team that I was at, right? So obviously Ndimcha Anazu complain and then say, hey guys, why you don't you do as you're told. Also, I feel like black parents, they take this respect and humble thing too far, because in the workplace, why are you being humble about your future, you know? I feel like it was a mixture of all of that, and not having a coach, somebody who's going to probably help you to speak out if you're not happy, and all of those things. I knew you're an intern, right? And then I get moved into this team, and then when I join this team, I'm being told, actually the person that you replaced wasn't doing the work, and the person had actually said, why not, don't want to do like the type of work that's done in that team, you know. And I didn't pay no mind to it, so I was just like, okay, it's whatever, you know. But like when I said I would like to change teams, then it was like it's not gonna happen. But you know, it was I sort of like sensed like a lot of hypocrisy, because the person moved to another department, the very same department that they needed people, and I'm like, you guys have interns all the damn time. How is it that, yo, it was just, you know, a lot of these things. I'm not here to vent or whatnot, but like just to, yeah, whatever. That is it on that. I don't want to be a bitter, whatever. But that was one of the reasons that led me to like skedaddling. Reason number 6. I think personally, trust is something that I need to work. I'm currently working on it. Um, you know, being vulnerable in a sense, when I'm not happy. So I found myself being able to sort of hint, find ways to communicate that, right? But I don't know, or I was intimidated, or it comes with being scared. Um, but it's probably a me thing that I also felt like I couldn't trust those people. I mean, given how things you know, unfolded when I left, it literally solidified my judgment of them in the beginning, right? So what I mean by that is that they've always been defensive, right? Oh my goodness, load shedding. I'm sorry if the lighting changed. It should probably did change, but anyway, I'm just gonna finish up the video. So yeah, so how I felt about them had like sort of like solidified um how everything was working, you know, considering like the all my points that I've stated. So I felt that also they were like very much defensive, right? I would see when we have retros, right? We'd have retros and we say what it is that we are, you know, what our concerns are, and da 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 da, and then maybe there's gonna be a meeting or response. I didn't feel like there was any like taking responsibility on their side. So as the employees or the lower level people, when we had things to comment on, there was sort of like this defensive you know, behavior that I sensed. You know, if someone says, oh, this is whatever, we would prefer this, you don't go back to them and say, oh, but, do you understand? You sit down and you analyze the situation and find ways to make everyone's, you know, working conditions better, right? As a manager, you sit down and I don't know what, I'm not a manager, guys. I don't know what managers are meant to do or not to do, but I'm thinking you can't always be defensive. I can't tell you, oh guys, um let's say I'm a manager, like ideally, and you tell me, oh, I don't appreciate the fact that you know, you causing like competition within the team members. You know, this is, we work for one team and we need to work together and respect one another and support one another, and not, now imagine someone not wanting, do you understand? And then you're like, oh, but they are better than some of you. I don't know, guys, this is a bad example, right? And then you tell me, oh, but you also doing this. Okay, but had I not raised this point, you wouldn't have told me how you really feel about all of this or whatever you're trying to raise. So I didn't feel like it was a safe space. I didn't feel like it was a safe space for me to communicate, except for the one manager who was in my team. I think I've mentioned that he tried to like find a solution for my problem when I was leaving. Except for that one person, like I hold hold the person in high regards or whatever. I respect him so much. Yeah, but anyway, more or less didn't feel like a safe space for me. It could be a me problem, I don't know. It could be a me problem, but anyway, that's it for me, Naledi Mokhedezi, and thank you guys for watching. Yeah, see you on the next video.